What's up, everybody? We thought we could catch a break, but, just like the trend has been recently, we have experienced some downward action recently. But right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum are sitting at pretty interesting places. So I'm going to be going over what I'm seeing with those two. And I'll also take a look at Chainlink because Chainlink was on a roll for a little bit, going up as the rest of the market was going down, which was good to see for a change, but it did get brought down with this massive dip, but it's still doing better than everything else. So I'll be taking a look at that too. But I'm going to be starting off with looking at Bitcoin, and I got to admit, things were looking pretty scary as this drop was happening. Luckily, it does seem like for the time being, we are holding support on this trend line for the second time actually. This trend line which we had resistance on since we put in the all-time highs and during this entire downtrend. And since we broke above it, we've now held support on it twice now, it seems. And I am hoping that we continue to hold support on this trend line, but I'm not entirely sure that the downside action is over. We also seem to be approaching this trend line, which is a large scale support line, and we are getting pretty close to this. So what could be pretty interesting is if we come up a little bit and then come back down and retest both of these trend lines at the same time. Or maybe we form some sort of W pattern here, holding support on this trend line, and then we don't take out the lows of this wick, and maybe we can get a bounce from there, something like that. We are about to get a BitBoy green dot on the 4-hour time frame, so maybe we can get a nice little move off of this trend line. But looking back at the last times that we got BitBoy green dots, they all had nice little moves up beforehand, but ultimately just led to more downside action afterwards. So maybe we see something similar to that happen over here. And the reason I'm not convinced that we're going to get a reversal off of this support line is because we're not really getting any bullish divergences on the large time frames. If we come down and take out the lows of this wick here, we could form a bullish divergence on the daily time frame, but we have yet to form any divergences that would make me think that we are beginning to reverse. So if we do get a move up from here, I would be cautious because we do have lots of resistance above us, and we could end up getting a sharp reversal off of one of those and come down to take out these previous lows. Now, jumping over to Ethereum, I would say Ethereum is actually looking much better than Bitcoin, at least in the short term. You could see we found support on a pretty interesting area off of the bottom of this downward range, and also off of this daily level of support and resistance that we have here. And I was expecting Ethereum to come back down to the bottom of this range. I was waiting for us to do that, so maybe we can start working our way back up to the top of the range. I do like that we found support in this area of confluence right here. And unlike Bitcoin, we are getting bullish divergences on the 4-hour for Ethereum, which is a good sign. As we came down to this area of confluence, we're forming bullish divergences. Also, if you come down to the 30-minute, you can see we also formed a little bullish divergence here as well. So maybe we can get a decent move from Ethereum here. We do have to be cautious here though, because if we lose this range that we're trading in, we can probably expect to see some lower prices for Ethereum. But I am hopeful, considering that Ethereum is looking decently bullish here. I do have a little bit of hope that we can break bullish out of this downward range, but if Bitcoin continues to go lower, it could drag Ethereum down with it. And finally, onto Chainlink. Chainlink looking much more positive than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Right now, Chainlink is up approximately 45% from the lows that we put in the beginning of December. For those of you who weren't on Twitter yesterday, I was seeing lots of large Chainlink purchases, which is a good sign. Another good sign was that we were going on to put in new local highs while Bitcoin and pretty much the rest of the market were dumping. Chainlink has been showing strength the past couple of days. Plus, if you take a fib from here, we got a wick right off the golden pocket, and right now we're sitting well above that area. So we got a nice little bounce off of there. And if you look at the area where we got a bounce and the area which we're just barely sitting above right now, seems like we have flipped this line of resistance into support. And if we can continue to get above this level, then maybe we can look to turn this level of support and resistance back into support for us. We do have plenty more levels like this, levels that we need to get above and hold support on. But right now it seems like Chainlink is stair-stepping its way through these resistances right now. And also, we have finally gotten this green dot on the weekly time frame. So overall, Chainlink showing some strength here at crucial support. There have been lots of large purchases of Chainlink, so it seems like people may be more optimistic about Chainlink right now than most other cryptos. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like, subscribing, and turning on my post notifications. Really appreciate all the support, everybody, and I will see you on Sunday for my next video.